This is the Red Planet. No wind carries seeds here. No rain has ever fallen. The ground hasn't moved in millions of years. The most hostile surface in the solar system, and someone just parked a tractor on it. Before anything can grow here, the soil has to be understood. And on Mars, the soil wants to kill you. It's loaded with perchlorates, toxic chemicals that would poison any root system instantly. The pH is wrong. The nitrogen is almost zero, and there is no organic matter at all. Not a single microbe, not a trace of life. The skeleton farmer doesn't guess. He reads every number before a single seed touches the ground. Because on Mars, one wrong reading means the entire farm fails before it begins. The first machine doesn't plant anything. It destroys. A deep subsoiler tears through the locked Martian regolith, 60 centimeters down, breaking the hardpan layer that no root could ever penetrate alone. Then comes the treatment. Martian soil is saturated with perchlorates. A bacterial solution is sprayed across every meter of broken ground, eating the toxins before they can eat the crop. Next, biochar and compost are blended deep into the red soil. Black into red. Carbon into nothing. Life into a dead world. Nitrogen comes next, injected directly into the soil by precision probes at exact intervals. Without nitrogen, a pineapple cannot build a single cell. Then lime, broadcast across the entire field, pulling the pH from hostile to acceptable. The raised rows come next, perfectly formed, 30 centimeters high, built to drain water away from the roots and warm faster in the cold Martian air. Drip irrigation tape is laid into every row. On Mars, not a single drop of water can be wasted. Finally, the sensor network goes in. One stake per row, watching the soil every second of every day. If anything changes, temperature, moisture, nitrogen, pH, the system knows before the farmer does. The land is ready. For the first time in billions of years, something is about to grow here. Day 1. The first pineapple crown touches Martian soil. A pineapple isn't grown from a seed, it's grown from its own crown, the spiky green top cut from a mature fruit, dried and planted directly into the row. Each crown is pressed carefully into the dark prepared soil above the drip tape line. Not too deep, not too shallow. The root zone needs to find the moisture without drowning in it. Row by row, crown by crown, the farm takes its first shape. 300 crowns go in on the first day alone. Then the irrigation activates for the first time. A slow, precise pulse of water moves through every drip tape line simultaneously. The Martian soil darkens around each crown, and somewhere beneath the surface, the first roots begin to reach. Day 7. The first roots have taken hold. Thin white threads pushing through the dark Martian soil, searching for nitrogency. The growth scanner moves slowly overhead, reading every plant on every row. No stress signals yet. Everything is within range. Day 23. The plants are spreading now. Each pineapple sends out a low rosette of long, spiky leaves reaching outward across the row's surface. The farm is beginning to look alive. The micronutrient applicator moves between the rows, targeting any plant showing the earliest signs of deficiency before the human eye could ever notice. Day 31. The first flowers appear. Small, pale purple, clustered tightly at the center of each plant. 200 tiny blooms opening across the farm simultaneously. The pollination drone activates. It moves slowly through the flowers, vibrating at exactly the right frequency, releasing pollen from bloom to bloom without a single bee in sight. Day 35. The fruit begins to set. Tiny, pale green nodes forming at the base of each flower cluster. No bigger than a fingernail, but they are there, on Mars. Pineapples are growing on Mars. Day 42. The pineapples are growing. Each fruit node has swelled to the size of a fist. Pale green, tight, promising. But something is wrong with row 7. The sensor stake reads it first. Moisture uptake, down 4%. Nitrogen absorption, dropping. The farmer checks the reading twice. It could be nothing. It usually is nothing. But on Mars, nothing is never nothing. The farmer kneels beside row 7. The plants look healthy on the surface, leaves dark green, fruit nodes intact. Then the probe goes in. 15 centimeters below the surface, the soil feels different. Not loose, not packed. Something else. The farmer pulls the probe out slowly. Wrapped around the tip, a pale tendril. Thin, almost translucent, slightly warm. The farmer holds it up to the dim Martian light. It isn't a root. The scanner runs a full subsurface sweep. The image appears on the field tablet 30 seconds later, and the farmer goes completely still. Beneath the surface of the entire farm, running silently through the soil between every row, beneath every plant, threading through every root zone, a vast network of pale tendrils. It has been there for weeks, growing quietly, taking nutrients, feeding something beneath the soil, something enormous. The ground moves first. Row 12 buckles, the raised bed cracks open from below. Then row 9. Then the center of the farm tears open, red Martian soil exploding upward in a cloud of dust as the central mass of the Saculina breaks the surface for the first time. It is the size of a building, a grotesque knotted mass of wet, glistening flesh, yellowish-brown, pulsing slowly. Dozens of enormous branch-like tendrils erupt with it, each one the width of a vehicle, crashing outward across the farm rows, crushing pineapple plants flat. The farmers run, the machines go silent, and the Saculina opens and roars. The emergency response activates within seconds. 2 large tracked spray rigs race toward the eruption from the farm perimeter. Chemical deterrent solution, the strongest available, blasts from the boom arms directly onto the central Saculina mass. The tendrils recoil slightly, then keep moving. A mechanical cutting arm, mounted on a heavy tracked vehicle, swings at the nearest tendril. The blade connects. The tendril splits. 2 smaller tendrils grow back from the cut point within minutes. The farmer watching from the perimeter understands immediately. You cannot cut it. You cannot spray it. It has been feeding on this farm for weeks. It is stronger than anything they brought from Earth. The tendrils reach the farm boundary by nightfall. The last functioning sensor stake goes dark at 2300 hours. By morning, the Saculina's tendril network covers every row. Every pineapple plant is locked in place, held by the tendrils, nutrients stripped, fruit nodes beginning to pale and shrink. The farm is not destroyed. It is possessed. The skeleton farmer stands at the edge of the farm in the cold Martian dawn, looking out over what they built, what took 90 days to grow, and what's something else far less time to take. They didn't give up. 3 days after the eruption, a second team arrived from the outer settlement, not to fight the Saculina, to harvest around it. The outer rows, 12 of them, still intact, still producing. The tendrils hadn't reached every plant, not yet. The harvest window was narrow, maybe 48 hours before the tendril network closed the last gap. The harvest assist arm moved first, carefully navigating between the tendril edges, gripping each ripe pineapple and detaching it from the plant with precision. Every fruit that came off the plant was checked immediately. Any tendril contact discarded. Clean fruit only. The skeleton farmers worked in complete silence. No celebration, no conversation, just the work. By the end of the first day, 412 pineapples had been harvested from the outer rows, each one enormous, each one golden, each one cut open under the dim Martian sun, the vivid golden interior catching the light like something that had no right to exist here. And yet it did. On Mars, against everything, they grew. 412 pineapples, harvested from 12 rows, on Mars. The yield was weighed at the outer settlement processing bay that evening. Total mass, 4,860 kilograms of fruit. From soil that 3 months ago contained no carbon, no nitrogen, no life of any kind. The Saculina took the inner farm, but it could not take what had already been harvested. The skeleton farmer who had stood at the edge of that consumed farm in the cold Martian dawn, they didn't file a failure report. They filed a second planting request, because the outer rows had proven something that no laboratory on Earth had been able to confirm before this mission. Pineapples can grow on Mars. Not in theory, not in simulation, in the ground, in Martian soil, under a Martian sun. The Saculina will be studied. The farm will be rebuilt, further from whatever lies beneath that soil. And next season, the rows will be wider. The sensor network will go deeper, and there will be more of them. Because that is what farmers do. On Earth, and apparently, on Mars.